I am really trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes. Welcome to video 3, Tips and Advice for Clinical Rounds. Video 3. Um, where can I start? I kind of told you guys about work ethic. It really does make an impact. So as long as you're willing to get up and do things and show that you're motivated to be there and that this isn't just like a chore you're trying to get through, that really does make a difference. A lot of times they try to trick you and they try to get you to slack off even when you're trying so hard to be like a good student. They'll tell you, hey, you can leave early. Don't do that. They'll tell you, well, at least in my case, I was night shift, so they would tell me like, oh, take a nap, it's not a problem. I don't know, they would just tell me different things, and it just seemed weird to me, and I'm like, that's not professional, so I just didn't do it. It's up to your discretion how you want to be perceived, but like I said, I took this as a business opportunity, and I don't want them to be thinking like, hey, I'm there to sleep or something like that. On my downtime, I tried to study as much as I could. I asked my clinical instructor to drill me or to help me out with like certain concepts or little scenarios that I would bring to my rotation. I would also like just go over like random stuff, like I'd say, hey, let's do blood gases on the whiteboard or something, and just for fun, so they can get a review and I get refreshments too, and reinforcements. You'd be surprised how much they forget and how much fun it can be for you to be like, hey, yeah, this is how this is, or like, you know, just making fun of it. Not fun of it, but fun out of it. Yeah, we would do like ABGs and try to see who could finish first, or little things like that. Or when I was out on the floor with them, I'd have them ask me questions, or just random stuff to make time go by fast and to also review and to make me look good, kind of. So yeah, so kind of ask to be drilled, ask them to teach you stuff. Even if you haven't learned something yet and you don't know how to phrase a question, kind of be like, hey, this thing, about this thing, can you tell me about it? This thing, what is it? What does it do? I can't tell you how many, like, times I did that and they would be like, oh yeah, this is and I'd be like, went over my head, and I'd be like, so you're saying this? And they'd be like, yeah, basically. And I'd be like, okay, I think I get it. Could you explain it one more time? And then they would explain it a different way, and they'd be like, okay, cool, I got it. And then I'd go to the next person and be like, hey, just want to make sure I got this right, so this is this, right? I mean, it may seem stupid to ask over and over again, but I don't care, because I'm there to learn and I want to make sure I'm getting things done the right way. About certain things, like I wouldn't do that for everything, They're gonna think you're dense if you do that every time for every little thing. Like, you should know certain stuff, but I don't know. They know exactly what level you're at and where you are at school. So they weren't like judgmental when it came to vents when I was asking like over and over again, because they know I didn't learn about that yet. So they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to explain it to you this way. So that was pretty cool. What else? Tips. So I kind of mentioned this in the other video, in my first video. I did notice that certain people did things better than others. So that kind of leads me to the whole ask multiple people the same questions or see their different methods and techniques. Everyone has their different ways of doing rounds, and some people do certain things at certain times. So you can just be like, hey, at what time do you do trach care for your round for nights? What time do you do oral care? When do you change out the trach ties? Is it an hour before your shift ends? Do you do it like at, I don't know, 3 hours before? Different stuff like that. Do you do it during your second round of giving breathing treatments? Stuff like that. Everyone does it different. Do it how the person you follow is doing it, just so you can experience how they do it. And then, you know, after you've done it everyone's way, see what way you like the best. Maybe you have another way of doing it that works better for you and that makes you faster. Then you can start doing it your way, how you choose after you've already like shown them, hey, I did it your way, and you prove yourself that you can actually do all the tasks. They'll give you a little bit more independence, and you can make that judgment call. Because, you know, they're kind of training you to be a therapist, so at the end of your rotation, they should be letting you be independent. I was very lucky in my place that I was at. They let me do things by myself, like, almost instantly. Like, day one, it wasn't even 20 minutes that I was there, and they're already, like, sending me to do breathing treatments on my own without even showing me. So I was like, okay, we can do this. We can do this. They're like, do you want us to show you? And I'm like, nah, it's just a breathing treatment. I got this. I was terrified, but I did it, and I did it well. So yeah, oh, and that brings up another tip. If they ask you to do something, just do it. Even if you're uncomfortable, just do it. And I say that because eventually you're going to have to do it, so you might as well get it out of the way. And especially when you're a student, don't go into like a job saying like, oh, I've never done, I don't know, an ABG, or like, I don't know, just if you haven't done a trach change or something because you thought it was gross, or you haven't done compressions because you were nervous, don't do that. It looks bad, A, that you don't want to do it because you're nervous. This is your field. You need to kind of grow up and do what you came here to do, you know? And two, if you just agree, you're going to show that you're motivated and that you really want to be here. This is what you want to do. And confidence is everything. Like, even if you're nervous, it's okay to be nervous, because if you're not, then you're just a fool, and you're kind of like going over your head. Like, you're getting a big head if you're not nervous. But like, show that you want to do it. You know, when they asked me to do a trach change, yeah, I was nervous. I was scared. I'm like, I'm pulling out their breathing tube and like sticking something in their neck. But I didn't say no. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this today. I didn't expect it. And I had a bunch of, that'll be another video. But the point is, do what they ask. And if they don't ask you to do certain things, and you've seen them do it, or like, even if you haven't seen them do it, just tell them, hey, can I try to do this? Can I try to suction? Can I try to change this trach? Can you let me like do, I don't know, the EKG? Express that you want to do something. Or else, you know, at the end of the day, it's, like I said in the other video, who's gonna fight for your education? You are. So yeah, so really, get out there, throw yourself out there, make yourself uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, you might be doing something wrong. Or at least that's how I approached it. I constantly tried to make myself uncomfortable. I was trying to get over like being afraid of certain things. You know, being brave isn't the absence of fear, but overcoming the fear. I think that's from Harry Potter. Anyway, I'm sure it's a quote from other things, but I can't think of anything. But yeah, ask a lot of questions. Okay, this next tip, it's gonna seem ridiculous. Let me adjust. But it's it's something I saw happen. Don't be late for clinicals, and if you're going to be late, call the site and let them know. Call your program director, let them know. Call everyone you need to. Just let them know what's going on. Once is okay, but don't make it a habit, because it just looks really bad, and it doesn't look just bad on you. It looks bad on your school, and you're representing them, and you can risk losing a clinical site because you were irresponsible or like you did something kind of stupid. These things, like I said, this is a business. You're representing a school, and you can ruin it for the next cohort who's trying to go there for the next rotation. If you don't meet their protocols, or if you're not taking caution, you can lose a site for your whole school, and it can get ugly. You can get kicked out of the program too if you're negligent, or if you do something dangerous as well. So just be on your toes, be on your best behavior, go to clinicals, be there on time, just do what you need to do. It's a serious business, and I'm sure most of you guys know that, but some people might not. They'll come to learn, I guess. Be prepared. You don't have to bring a lot of stuff to clinicals, I found. What you absolutely need, you need a pulse ox for sure, your stethoscope for sure, a pen, a Sharpie, and a little notebook. That's it. If you want to bring study material, you should bring that too. Just like, not textbooks, don't bring a bunch of textbooks, but bring notes, bring flashcards, little worksheets and stuff. But you don't need much. But the things you do need to bring them. Bring your lunch, bring water. That's it. Yeah. A lot of the times they provide you with everything. They have scissors there. I brought shears, but I found their scissors were a lot better than the ones that I had, so I just used those. Yeah, a lot of things I ended up not bringing, or I would leave in the department. But yeah, so that's like my major advice and tips. Yeah, if you guys want to know anything else, let me know. Look out for the next video, video 4. I'm going to be talking about codes and my experience with dev and trach changes and sectioning and all that good stuff. All the scary stuff. Anyway, see you in a bit. Bye.